Hello guys, welcome back to my channel Kush. It's been a while since we were in this corner. I hear Nyako saying that for some people to record they have to go to a corner of the house, and I feel targeted. The previous videos have been mostly of me gallivanting, being around, up and around, but we are back to a sit down video. Today I want to talk about my journey with vlogging. Not really my journey because I just started, like how it has been for me, my thought process before starting, and how my experience has been so far. So I used to document my travels on Instagram. I will post basically everything on Instagram. Then people will tell me that I should vlog, but I was worried that if I was vlogging while traveling, then I wouldn't be in the moment as such. And if I vlogged, then it would mean that I will have to edit, and I didn't think editing would be an easy thing to do, and it's not. It's boring, tedious work. It's work that I keep avoiding, but I have to do it anyway. And I didn't see myself vlogging about anything else. Like if I were to listen to those people, or if they were to convince me, then I start vlogging, it will have to be travel content because I was only traveling. I didn't think of myself posting content or creating content related to anything else, like my life, or I don't know, doing things that I will put up as content. And how I don't think I travel enough for that to warrant as content, like to only have a channel that is travel oriented. I travel like once in 2 months, sometimes in 3 or 4. Then I will only have a video up once in months. That wouldn't have been sustainable. And I wasn't ready to show my face, to talk to people, to start telling people to subscribe to my channel, to wait for the whole process of creating content while you have less than 50 subscribers and the goal is 1,000. And you also need to achieve watch hours so that your channel can be monetized. I was not ready for the process, so I thought about it, but I decided it wasn't for me at the time. Then I've been watching a lot of vlogs lately, and over time I started relating to them. Like I will see someone recording something, or I will see some content and think, well, if they can do that, I mean, I think I can also record my life, document my life, because there are bits that are interesting and there are other things that are just, life, like sharing with people the things that happen, so that they can also, because those things don't only happen to me, so when I'm sharing, then people will also relate because they're happening to most of us anyway. And I have talking points because I will go round and round without saying much. So my reasons for starting were because people were encouraging me. I think without those people telling me, you can document your travels on YouTube, I don't think I would have thought about it, or I would have thought about it eventually, but I wouldn't have started at the time when I started. And I finally got ready because of the encouragement, the content that I've been consuming, and life started happening a lot. Like things were just happening, and I'm like, what? I didn't think I will be going through this at any one point. I think the tipping point for me was when I was thinking about quitting my job, and I was just on the internet looking for content about people who quit their job, how how they were thinking at the time, the scares that they had. I consumed so much content around it, and in that moment I realized if I put out content relating to real life issues, then it will appear on people's search engines when they're going through such things and they need, to hear someone else's experience with it. I thought, why not just, share my experience? It might help someone else. I also started because of the money potential. Well, not this year, not next year, I don't know when, but eventually. Eventually. And it's also a channel for me to promote my business, because I will mention the businesses that I do here and there, and someone who is coming across my content for the first time on YouTube and not maybe on Instagram or on my business pages will then think to check my business pages, and they might end up being a customer. I also thought it will be a good challenge. I am a shy person. Am I shy? I was shy when I used to interact with people a lot. Last I checked, I was shy. I don't think I am as shy as I was then, but then I thought doing this thing that scares me will be a good challenge for me. And so I took up the challenge. I also thought it will be a good opportunity for me to just express myself. When you're having a conversation with someone, you tell them something and then they counter it with their own experience, and then you end up not being heard and probably just wanted an outlet. This is a good outlet for me because I'll just talk. Maybe eventually I'll be able to allow myself to just talk freely. Up to now, I feel like I need prompts, like I'm not sure what to say. But eventually, see, the challenge comes with growth, and that's a good thing. How did I feel about vlogging when I started out? I was excited and I was scared. I was excited because I would talk and people would listen to me. I don't know which people, like, I don't know the individuals, but the chance to just express myself. I was also excited for the growth. As I have just said, it's a challenge, and challenges come with growth. I'm not sure where this will lead. It will be nice to see. And I was also excited to create. Sometimes I struggle with the word creating, because what am I creating? Like, I'm here seated talking. This creation, and if I go somewhere, I just take my phone out and document. I'm struggling with the word creation when it comes to just documenting, as opposed to, going out of your way to document something that is maybe comedy or acting in a movie. I was also excited to have new ideas come to me. Sometimes when I'm in the shower, I think of something. I write topics that I will eventually talk about and put them up as vlogs. So I build onto those topics with time. Sometimes when I'm just doing something unrelated, I'll think, okay, that will be a good point to add to that topic. And those ideas are exciting. I also knew that I will end up learning myself more during this journey. I'm not exactly sure how, but with the talking, with doing things, making mistakes, learning, growing, and realizing what works, what doesn't work. And I was also excited to say things that someone else might relate to, and just realize that if they're going through the same thing, they are not the only ones. Like, other people are going through it and it's normal. I was scared because, hey, English, when you want to express yourself and sometimes you don't have the words, or you have the words but the, you don't know how to arrange them to say what you really want to say. English is a third language for me, and as much as I can communicate using it, hey, I there is a deficit somewhere. I could do this in Kiswahili or Kikuyu, but I don't want to just limit my content to Kenya. Yeah. So, see, we need to do what we need to do. I was scared to express my thoughts. That's why it's easy for me to document things as they are happening, like they're not coming from me, or I'm just doing things. And that's the way I do things. So people can judge the way I do things, but not the thoughts that are in my head, because sometimes I outgrow a lot of thoughts with time. So I think to myself, what if I say something right now and then next year I think totally different about it, but it's already up there? Then I get a chance to take it back, or I say something that is completely wrong, but in the moment I don't realize it. I am still scared to express my thoughts on things. That's why it's easy for me to just tell my experience, as opposed to telling people how they should do something. Am I making sense? Hope so. I was worried because of how Kenyans are on social media, keypad warriors, like people coming for me. Now, that plus the fact that I was also scared to express my thoughts, so I might say something and then it might trigger trigger people, and they come for me. And do I know how to defend myself? I am not sure. On defending myself, I was not looking forward to getting criticized, even the good criticism. Not that I am against it, but there's a part of me that just gets super defensive when I'm being criticized. It takes a moment for it to occur to me that this person is actually telling me the truth and that I can do better. But before that, my immediate response is usually defense. I was also worried or scared that I will end up exposing other people as I expose myself. As I give my life experiences, those are my experiences, but then my life has happened around people. Definitely, I will touch on someone else who was in my life at that point. And that's kidogo difficult because now I'm talking about another person. As much as it's my experience, it's also the experience because it happened to them too at the same time. And that will go for family, exes, friends. It will have to happen. This reminds me of that meme that says, the person that I always tell my secrets now has a podcast. Well, I don't think I'll expose your secret anyway. The comfort is that when there is a thousand people watching my content, maybe only 20 know who I will be talking about. 20 will be familiar with the story because they were also around me when it was happening, or they were my friends at the time and I gave them the story. But I think it's mostly because I am processing that in the context of now, when the only people, okay, not the only people, but most of the people that are watching are people who know me personally. So if I talk about someone, then they know who I'm talking about. Eventually, it won't matter. When it doesn't matter anymore, I'll start giving you story times tea. For now, I think we'll just stick to experiences because those don't really touch on other people. Right now, I relate so much to content creators when they say that they lost a clip to something, like they had footage for something and now they don't have it because something happened to their devices. And I am running out of storage. I'm actually saving up for a hard disk because my phone is 128 GB internal capacity, yet I keep deleting videos and photos because I don't have space on my phone. Right now I'm vlogging on my phone, so I'm saving up for a camera too. What? No, this monetary implication, I had not processed it well. Right now, it's occurring to me that I might also need a ring light at some point because this natural light is not it. Because today, the way it's gloomy outside, I'm actually doing this with the light on. Right now, I'm getting encouragement from people who have started vlogging recently, like Kina Shiki and Shiv. They are already social media personalities, like we know them from social media, but you can tell they are also struggling kidogo with the vlogging, but they are doing it anyway, doing it scared. So here we are, and other beginner content creators on YouTube like Ivan Jerry and Liz Kamau, and my friend also started vlogging. It's nice that I have someone with whom we relate on issues, on matters content creation, because space, editing, finding the courage to vlog, things happening in life, and you've set out a day of the week that you put up content, and the day is fast approaching and you don't have anything. It's nice that she's also doing that. I will link her channel and the others who I have mentioned. Thanks for the people who have been watching my content so far. For the people who have subscribed, if you've been watching or you just came across this channel and you would like to see more of this, please subscribe, like, the way people say share if you want to. It's because unless something is super relatable, I don't think I'll share it with other people. Like when I'm consuming other people's content, I only share content that I think is relatable to someone else. Like they need to see it, not just because this girl says you should like, subscribe and share, so I am sharing this one with you. Share, it's nice, but you can just like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.